Friday morning, doing a bit of straw and down. There's Toby on the straw chopper, straw and down. Chucking a bit in the huts. He's going to sprinkle it in there. I'll go get in there and kick it back a bit. Really good barley straw. Best thing about straw this year is there's no stones in it. We had a bit of a problem in the night, the soil clamp fell in. There you go, look at that. So we had some soil, that's last year's soil now, point now. We're going to start putting that in a dry case. And what's happened is, like, this year's soil was like banked up to here, and then we fed this, and then we got down to the last like 2 foot, and a whole lot of slid forward, and all these tyres have slid down. So we've got to get the bucket on in a minute and do that. We've got to go out the other farm and get a couple dry case, spring that, put them in the shed, and then we're getting there. It's absolutely freezing this morning. Like, that cold mist is really getting in your bones. Tractor wagon over there. We've got 2 blend bins full up at the moment. And we've got our old huts now alongside our new huts, because we're really ramping up on calves. The bull calves are going on as soon as they're 4 weeks old. But we've got a lot of calves coming through at the moment, what's good, and it's a good time of year to have it. So I like having calves this time of year because the heifers will be able to go out as soon as the spring comes. And we haven't got a great deal of work, we've got a lot of work on all the time, but we haven't, like, we can do the yard jobs and focus on the yard things. There we go. Just kick a bit in the actual huts and we're done. So it's been about 2 weeks now since we've been on these huts. Well, not these are old huts here, what we used to have, so we've got a couple of days left. I've got to repair that one this week, put a bit of tin on it. These ones here are the new ones. I've had them in a few of my videos. The calves here are just finishing drinking, so they're just wrapping up on the teat feeders. Got some there on a bowl, bigger ones, over 4 weeks old, and then the far ones, they're a little bit older. The new ones are right up the end here. These are newly, freshly, not that old, about 2 weeks, week, something like that. But I've realised it is a little bit more work having the calves in huts. You definitely got to keep them straw down a little bit more rather than the shed. But they do really well. The calves, they are doing really well out in the shed because they can come inside, outside. They'd rather sit outside than actually in the shed. So we've had to put jackets on them. So we had jackets anyway. I got 100 jackets. What I bought for a spring calving unit when we had a really cold time that time. We've got the cozy calf jackets there, and then we've got some like mailbag jackets, what someone made for us. Very easy to slip on. You can put them on very quick actually, these greeny, bluey, turquoisey jackets, nice and fast they are. So, but no, calves do really well in outdoor huts. Just more work it is, but you've got to put a lot more work in if you want, if you want the outcome on it. So very happy how it's going with the teat feeders and that. I'm going to try to get them on bowl feeding more than teat feeders. I'm always going to start them off on the teat feeders, but then put them on the bowls afterwards. So no, they're doing really well. And I got them I got them like just down the road from the farm too, so we have got hauling milk down with that tractor there. So, but no, it does work well. Having the calves down in the side clamp works really good. Because we bring straw down for the dry case and put in a wagon, and then we can straw them down whilst we're at them. So this is our size clamps here. There we are there. And then the calves are over there, so when we bring straw down, we just straw them down. Got the maize clamp here. So we're getting through the maize quite fast, making the cow's milk well though. So these clamps here, these are 12-foot high walls, and then we've got asphalt as the floor. So we've got concrete underneath, but we've got asphalt on top. And these are about 12 years old too, these clamps. And you can see already, down in the corners, you haven't got that like corroded sort of, what you get when you have all concrete. So asphalt is really good. Fucking expensive they were. Just picked up that tyre there. But well chuffed. And when you push the maize up, like when the JCB comes and pushes the maize in the silage up, they get more grip too with the tyres. So they can push up a full load. Really easy because they grip on that asphalt. And just chuck that tyre up and we're done. So Acer Dairy Solutions, who fix our parlour, they come out whenever we get a problem, and they come out straight away. What's really good for us farmers when we have breakdowns, because we're such an impatient lot and we like things fixed straight away. So a good shout out to them. And he also said there's a boy, Arthur Weeks, who watches my videos every day. So Arthur, if you're watching them, thanks for watching my videos. Just really appreciate people who watch what I do and see how I do things. Here's the cows here, Arthur. They're all in the barn for the night. I've just pushed the silage up. Cows are being milked. All these have been milked here. And here is the 174. Well, I've just put the pusher up on and pushed the silage up, and he's going to stay there till tomorrow morning now. Ready for pushing it up tomorrow. So we only got 2 people tomorrow because it's Sunday morning. All the lights are on ready. It's just starting to get dark. And they've got fresh sand in too tonight. So we should have a good night. We're ready for the cold weather next week now. It's cold now, but it's going to get even colder, so cold. Cows are milking well. Look at that. They're happy as Larry. So 2/3 silage, 1/3 maize, and they've got 7 kilos of concentrate per cow in there too. About 25 litres, but the fat is 4.7, what is fantastic. Here's the other side of the barrier behind the cows. So whilst this lot all feeding, we've got enough feed space for all cows to feed all at the same time. What makes a big difference with the cows. Unlike up on the self-feed, where on the other farm where we've got to take it in turns, these cows can all eat together. Some cows sat in the cubicles. So nice big cubicles for the cows. Touch wood, we don't often get a cow stuck in the cubicles. When we had our old cubicles, quite often now and again you'd have a cow get stuck in there. But these are quite wide. Now and again you get a crossbred too, sit in one cubicle. It's a bit of a pain. This is the sand beds. Once every 3 days we chuck sand in. What I changed about this shed, if I could, is this step here is only 6 inches. I put it at 8 inches. When we had our professionals come out and tell us how to build a shed, they said 6 inches, so the cows didn't have to step up as much. But I think 8 inches would be better, because then you could probably sweep out more shit without it flowing over the sides. Now and again you do get a bit of shit flick up, like here. See this? Just kick that off. That is that barrier. And I'll just climb through these cubicles. It's really dark on my camera, but it's actually quite light in there. Get good grip too with sand, because look at that, see, they flick a bit of sand out. They do grip. See, that's why a yard scraper bearings wear out so quick, because the old cow to flick. When we put fresh sand in, they flick a bit out. But you won't get none do your splits or what have you. Crossbred there from Spring Karen unit. They're organic, so these aren't organic, these are conventional. But organic cows can come down, but we can't go back up. So we only bring cows down from a spring unit, we don't take them back up. Load of cows there. Yeah. Got to keep the startings off at the moment. They've gone now, but in the daytime they come in. So all soil's just been pushed up here. Yard scraper down there in the alleyway where we sweep the muck in the lagoon. There's a lagoon behind there. I'm going to take him out in a minute, that yard scraper, and park in the shed because it might frost up tonight. This shed here is the furthest shed. And as you can see, it's a bit more empty because the cows haven't walked around here yet. So we've only got a few cows in there. See, this is the warmest shed too, because we've got that Yorkshire boarding all up along the back there. See that? We put it sideways to make it look pretty. This shed's fairly empty. It's 100 cubicles per shed. 120 actually. Just like a sort of cow I like. A fairly British Frisian strong cow. That's a heifer of what we bought at market back long. He's just nice and comfy, he is now. This is across the whole shed. Look at that. It goes down in the steps. See that? There it drops 2 foot there. It goes down because the whole shed is on a 2 metre drop. So there's no moisture, like you don't get no water on the passageway. See that? Look how dry it is. And this is the last few cows here going into the parlour. I'll drive them up in a minute. We've got our calving sheds all along there. We put the cows and calves. That's a calf. Come out that alleyway. We're coming through a footpath at the moment and out through here. Well, I'm going to get that yard scraper in a minute and put them in the shed so he don't frost up. It's not going to be ever so cold tonight, but I don't like a frosty windscreen first thing in the morning. Right, so I'm at the bottom of the shed now. This is the inside barrier, and the outside barrier over there. This is the bottom of the yard where all the shit gets scraped. So what we do is we drag the shit out of these doors. We open all these doors out and they come straight out. And then we drag it in these 2 passageways, one without yard scrapers, 2, and then another one over there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get, that's our old yard scraper there. There's a backup yard scraper now in case the other one breaks. I put a load of brack on him, so if a yard scraper we ever have a wheelbarrow and go early in the morning, I ain't got to change it at 4 in the morning. I can just put it on the tractor in front of a loader and do it like that. Right, yard scraper tractor here. It's our new box scraper, what isn't looking so new anymore. These box scrapers are great because you can drag shit for a long way. And then this is our passageways. We just push the shit straight off here. And then we push them in this lagoon here. And he's getting fairly full now. As you can see. So we've always got room to push muck in because those drop-offs are so high up. So you never have a struggle pushing it in. So you just push them straight off, straight in. Box scraper here. He's 6 foot, the other 2 farms are 7 foot. We've only got 6 foot here because the alleyway where the cows walk out on a footpath is 6 foot. So we've got to have a 6 foot one. What you have got watch these scrapers is a chains to wear out with the sand, so now again we've got to replace the chains. This one's brand new though, so it will go on for the whole of the winter. You've got the flaps and whatnot. We used to have a Twos, a 499 or 399 I think it was, with flappy sides. And then before that we had just a standard Twos, what you had a pull string to flip over. As soon as we went to this though, it was a lot faster scraping up. So it works really well. Yard scrapers, really happy at box scrapers. Got to do the skids once a winter probably. But all the water to run straight out of these sheds. We've got no drains with sand because you can't have drains because they just block up. So all the water just runs on the surface and down through. So on a wet day you will have water running out of there, and then it just runs straight down and then into the lagoons here.